All right, fuck it, we're going for it. All right. So, yeah, I figured I'd drop a video. It's late night. I just scored a great figure today, so I was looking at it, and the question sort of came to mind. Where does it rank amongst its peers? And I'm like, oh, yeah, fuck it. I have enough that I can drop a video, but yeah. So lucky you. Hopefully you can hear that. Hopefully you can see me like very blurry or something. I can't imagine you want a really good view, but the figures, yes, the figures. But yeah. So I think I own enough Joker figures now to make a fair assessment and sort of tell you which ones are my favorites. I've got some pretty good ones. I don't know if they are the greatest of all time because I don't own every one, but I've certainly owned probably, I don't know, 15, 20 different other Jokers that I didn't keep. So if that tells you anything about, how I felt about them. Now, I haven't always been a deep rabbit hole Joker guy, but it's always appealed to me. But yeah, I mean, I guess I could blab and blab and blab, but first, a word from no, I don't get sponsored by anybody. But yeah, I do want to take a drink about too. Open to sponsors, by the way. Yes, ignore the freaking cat hair. I probably should have used one of those, freaking roller things, but um, yeah, it's late night, and yeah, I've been wearing this thing all day, and I don't get all prettied up to go on YouTube. Um, I'm not looking to impress anybody, but do have some pretty impressive figures. Let's get into them. Oh, and yeah, sorry about the unceremonious backdrop. I'm not really trying to impress people. We like carbs around here. A plethora of other companies that do not sponsor me. We are actively looking for spot. No, just joking. But yeah, let me get this out to the side here. I'll bring up yeah, the very first one in no particular order. This is a well, not brand new. It's pretty new. It's still out there on shelves here and there, but people have been picking it up for damn good reason. This is the Criminal. This is a McFarlane entry. Yeah, they do a pretty damn good job on some figures, and what I love about him is, yeah, just the take on the Joker itself. So I guess that's, hats off to the person that drew and wrote that, the three Jokers. But the rendering of this particular figure was just fantastic. He looks like that arrogant, although capable criminal genius. More thoughtful perhaps than maybe some of the other types of Joker. And obviously, we got to sort of understand that in reading the Three Jokers, which is spectacular. I'd recommend it to anybody. But yeah, as far as the articulation goes, it's not hampered by the coat at all because it's a shorter coat. Um, the paint applications on it, um, yeah, I have no complaints at all. You can even say that the knees have a little bit of wear or patches or whatever you want to say. I'm sure it's not a perfect figure by any stretch of the imagination, but it does capture your imagination, which to me is important. Like I said, the rendering of this, without even having read or heard the Three Jokers story at that point, made me want to grab this figure, and it certainly makes my which accident I say incidentally is my top 10. I just grabbed my favorite Jokers from downstairs. I think I still have half a dozen or so that I didn't grab. Um, Not that I don't love them enough. Maybe I should get rid of them. No, there's nothing wrong with having 15 or 20 and still making a top 10. Just saying. So yeah, without further ado, let's go to number 2. That was terrible. I'm gonna have to use that shit again because that was. No, no. But moving on, nonetheless. Another one that I've got very recently is for a lot of Joker guys, including myself, a Grail piece. This is your Mezco OG Joker. Oh, dude, it's so good. So good, and they actually make a deluxe version of this figure as well, which comes with even more head sculpts, including two that are even, I guess even the head sculpts themselves go for well over $100. And hey, damn, if you're that good, all the power to you. I don't know any sculptors. I don't know any industry insiders. Nobody sends me shit for free. That's not true. I got a couple friends that do. I mean, that's awful nice. But yeah, hey, needless to say, I'm not sponsored. But again, I am looking. No, just you want to send me free shit? Go ahead. Go ahead. Do it. Do it. Do it. I wish I could do that Ben Stiller thing, but I can't. But yeah, speaking of this figure, very, very few drawbacks. Mezco goodness, cloth goods. Yeah, damn. And the head sculpt just knocked out of the park. It doesn't come with a great deal of accessories. The standard version, and by some accounts, it's maybe even in some ways even a different figure than the deluxe. But I'm going to just believe that I'm missing 2 head sculpts. That's all. I can handle it. For the price difference of like 200 and some odd bucks, I can handle it. Trust me. So yeah, I probably don't have the greatest Joker out there, but I certainly have a very good version, just the non-deluxe. For some missing just 2 heads. Excuse me. But this is an awesome figure. Yeah. Yeah. It's the Mezco. What do you say? The very few drawbacks. Maybe could have used some more accessories. What is that? It could have cost less. I mean, I could have been there and actually ordered it or pre-ordered it instead of missing it like a moron and paying. Actually, I got a great deal on it. But a lot of people will pay way too much for that. Next entry. Yeah, check this one out. This is something I didn't even know was a thing. And I love it when I find out that something is a thing that I didn't even know was a thing. This is the NECA Heath Ledger Joker. Yeah. I got this, and I already had some stuff to open for the show that week. So I went ahead and I sold it, and it went absolutely apeshit. And I was looking at it, I'm like, yeah, I already own some pretty good Heath Ledgers, right? So do I really need a NECA Heath Ledger? But the overall enthusiasm sort of increased the echelon that it was on. And so I'm like, all right. So I took a closer look at it. It's NECA. You get a NECA figure. So it's got your normal NECA delivery on a lot of things, maybe lacking articulation compared to even McFarlane. It's probably the least articulated of the figures that I have on this particular list, because that is an important thing to me. I like to be able to pose figures, but NECA, as far as their head sculpts and some of the likenesses and the accessories too, they do exceptional work as far as that goes. It's not as buttery smooth as some other types of figures, but what they do deliver, I mean, it's tough to top, right? If once they get into something in particular, because the price point is under huge import prices, and what they do deliver is fantastic looking on a shelf. So NECA produced this. Again, I didn't even know it was a thing until I saw it and sold it, and then had to acquire it for myself. Some of the interesting things about this chain is real. Also, it doesn't come with an alternate head sculpt, which I would have liked to have seen. I hope NECA gives another run at this bad boy myself. Can't do enough Heath Ledgers now. That's now that we're bringing up specific characters that played the Joker, I should also make the caveat, or yeah, Jack Nicholson. I don't have a Jack Nicholson because they haven't made an acceptable action figure in the 1/12 scale that I've been able to acquire. I don't even know if there is one that exists, much less if it would pass sort of my articulation requirements for posing, etc. I'm not looking for Amigo or anything like that. So yeah, that should be said. Also, I don't have any 1/6 figures. Otherwise, I'd be including my Sideshow Joker, which is spectacular. But we're going 1/12 scale here. Fuck it, let's roll. Even though this is like 7 inches. Moving on. It's just a really damn nice figure. The detail that they put on their head sculpts is really, really fantastic. I don't know if you would say that this is a perfect Heath Ledger, but I don't know that I've seen a perfect Heath Ledger, because what sticks out to people, I think, are different iconic moments maybe for each of us. And then there's the ones that, maybe have been reproduced the most. Maybe those are some of the more iconic looks that get sculpted after, but I think it's damn near impossible to produce a perfect version of a real life action figure, because maybe the moment that you remember, or the contortion of their face during whatever scene is stuck in your brain, is going to be different from that of the sculptors. So yeah, I don't know if there's a perfect Heath Ledger, and unfortunately, he's deceased. So all right, let's not get into that. Let's not make this sad. Rest in peace, though. Moving on. Let's shift gears to another Heath Ledger. Yeah. This is a Mafex. The Mafex Heath Ledger. You'll see that this is basically just a imported, smaller version of what you just saw. So what's different about it? So what you're getting is Mafex level articulation, which is right up there with SH Figuarts as far as, just impressive as hell, buttery smooth, etc. You get a number of accessories with this guy. I do believe this is version 2 of the Mafex. Again, you get some real chain going on there. You get a few different accessories, some different hands. It's basically some pluses you don't get with a lot of the domestic figures, so to speak. Your McFarlanes, your NECAs, etc. You get more, maybe more accessories and a little less packaging, and you don't get the cloth that comes when comparing it directly to Mezco. But what they do produce is flexible enough that it certainly doesn't hinder the action figure, not with anything you'd want him to do. It doesn't add, an abnormal weight or a counterbalance that prevents him from standing. It's just a damn nice action figure. I would say it's probably a little less appealing than the NECA head sculpt, but as far as delivery on the action figure, accessories, etc., yeah, they did a really, really nice job. It was, I believe, one of the very first high-end Jokers that I actually bought. Mafex, I think this is version 2. It does come with an alternate head sculpt. I think I also have version 1. It didn't quite make the cut, only because I have, the alternate clown head on it, because he's just, what do you call him? He's just muscle, because I had that head sculpt on him, so he's just a mercenary. He's just I'm forgetting the word. a right hand Merc. I'm sure there's a far better word than I'll remember the second I hit stop and I watch this shit back. But yeah, is he number one? Pretty damn good though. It certainly made my top 10 list. Let's slide you off here in the distance, pal. And yeah, let's take a look at the next entry. SH Figuarts produced this, and it's every bit SH Figuarts. Just wildly good articulation. It holds up in every position. This thing is dropped off shelves and not broken. Very good accessories, including the pink gun with gold highlights. Just more of a crazy anime type take on the Joker, which SH Figuarts always does a very, very nice job of adding sort of any anime flair that can be done to it. Leave it up to Figuarts; they'll figure it out for you. But yeah, they actually do a lot more flary stuff on Joker that I don't have. I know that they've done like Samurai Joker and shit. So yeah, but as far as this action figure goes, I got no complaints. You got standard SH Figuarts articulation. The sculpt on it, very good. I love the inclusion of the details, the little, buttons of gold and silver. And yeah, just they did a real nice job there. I got zero complaints about what they delivered there, and that's why it made the top 10. Let me figure out another one here. Hopefully those aren't in camera. If they are, well, whatevs. Next one is also a McFarlane entry. One of three, actually. This is the second one from the Three Jokers line. This is the GameStop exclusive. I believe this is the Comedian. Dude, yeah, killer take on that. Yeah, if that hat was removable, it would be even better. But the inclusion of the camera, dude, the crowbar, yeah, you leave that up to your imagination, right? And during the story, the fact that he has these things leads you to believe that he was the one responsible for certain events of the Three Jokers. Just saying. And it sort of furthers the story. So to me, this was sort of a must-have. And then I had it once, and again I sold it. I'm thinking, dude, I'll run into this all the time. I got lucky to get another one. Lucky, and I haven't seen it since. Ain't that a bitch? But yeah, damn nice piece. The articulation is hindered, however, by the trench coat. So this is not your most articulated of Jokers. Only for that reason, it's got standard McFarlane articulation, which is pretty damn good. Beyond that, though, they could have done better. Obviously, a lighter coat or something that separated up the front, or a removable hat. But all things considered, I mean, I'm not gonna pitch. I like it. Damn nice work. Yeah, creepy. They made the eyes underneath that hat, so if you have it posed, even in direct light, you can still look like you're getting that shadow effect. Some people might hate on it, but whatever. This is all about opinion, and we're all entitled to them. Except the ones I don't like; those suck. And yeah, just joking. Not really. Yeah, no. All right, but yeah, damn nice figure. Let me get him moved off to the side too. Hopefully, still not in shot. Got 4 more left in the top 10, and then I'll rank them down for you, and I'll explain why. So this is, I believe, a DC Direct, maybe an Essentials. No, I think it's a DC Direct. This is Joker Deceased. No, he doesn't look deceased to me. That doesn't look dead. It looks like he's gone through a hell of a battle, which is what appealed to me the most. Joker being a violent motherfucker like he is, I'm all about it, right? He got in a knockdown, drag out, bloodbath, and he went to town, and somebody fucked him up, and rest assured, because he's smiling and standing, he did his thing too. Yeah, so he's got a big old gash on the back of his head. I think that's sweet work. Yeah, other than that, he's got blood on his face. So it looks like he got his ass whipped a little bit, and he whips some ass in return. You know, he's wearing the scars. I can respect that. Moving on. Yeah, damn nice work on that. Definitely made my top 10. Love the yeah, just blood on the forearms. You can see it's a damn nice work. Um, Not much else to say. He doesn't come with, I think, any accessories at all. His hands certainly aren't made for it. I would have loved to have seen some fisted hands, but again, they were making a dead guy. Not, hey, this is the version of, middle ass kicking Joker for you, Jason King. This is what you need, Mr. Mile High Collector guy, because we know how important you are to the game. Yeah, I don't get those letters. I don't get those emails. Obviously, because they just don't have the information. No. But yeah, big fan there. I set him off to the side. It's getting a little stacked up over there. It's probably in for you, and you're probably like, "So which one are you talking about, man?" Or the camera's focusing on like one over here, and I'm just like this fucking blur. Whatever. Moving on. Yeah. So the next entry is a McFarlane entry. And what's funny is it was the first McFarlane Joker that was done. And I told people back then, like, this is a fabulous Joker. Fabulous. But at the time, I think a vast majority of us were fighting the urge beyond, oh, that's new and cool, to go down any other rabbit hole. To go down any other rabbit hole at all, much less another rabbit hole that's different in scale. No. We'll hold out. See how McFarlane. No. He's not going anywhere. He's blowing that shit out of the park. He ain't going nowhere. And this Joker has not gotten less cool. Hell no. If I had to guess, that thing probably went up in value. But I've never considered selling it, only because they killed it. Killed it. Killed it. A little parched. If you didn't notice, I talk a lot. I mean, I'm informative. I mean, excuse me. Fucking, I'm a blabbermouth. All right, let me move that off to the side here. So yeah, we're not even gonna get these good accessories from McFarlane anymore. So, dude, if you got them for 7-inch scale figures, keep them. What they did with the figure itself, they made him highly articulated, gave him a coat of proper length, in my opinion, to not hinder articulation. Beyond, just, giving us cloth. I'm not sure what else you can do better to improve that. Obviously not real chain, but they're delivering it at a cheaper price point. And what they do deliver, they got nothing to be ashamed of. I think that they have proven that they're here to stay. Great work, Todd McFarlane. And this particular entry of the Joker, I think, still will hold up on virtually anybody's shelf. If this is the only one you've got rocking, I don't think anybody's gonna bitch at you. You'd be like, man, you need a better Joker. That's some dog shit there. No, hell no. On any shelf. I mean, no. Even if it's amongst a bunch of 6-inchers, you could be like, hey man, Joker was a tall dude, and look, he's got his hair like mohawked up, or like spiked up. He's got the Aquanet going big time. Yeah. But yeah, it's a damn good figure, good articulation. I believe he came with very limited accessories. I think just the gun, in fact, unless you count this really great stand that they come with. Really underrated, those stands. How many do you have? I know I have like probably 100 of them things, and I've probably gotten rid of probably 50 of them. So yeah, I mean, I wish they would include it like every other one. I mean, do you use them? I don't. I'm a balancer. I don't use the stands. I use flight stands for like flight scenes, guys that I want jumping or, flying away, or, that have recently had, a hole stomped in their ass, and they're currently, falling in a weird direction. I don't mind using them for those, but just a stand? No, I don't use the stands. But I don't know. What's your opinion? Drop a comment and criticize me, as people tend to do. I'm not harmed. There's not scar tissue. Moving on. Yeah, McFarlane. I believe the very first Joker that they did. Very, very nice work. Sculpt on there says it all. And then you're getting McFarlane, probably one of their more articulated initial action figures. I remember, I'm like, oh, they did really nice work up on the shoulders on that one to give it a little bit better range of movement. So, yeah, it still makes the list. Good on them. The next one is maybe an unusual entry for some people. Certainly not me. I mean, this is right up my alley. This is Joker mixed with Jack the Ripper. Are you kidding me? I mean, that's like just like screaming to the weird freaky psycho within. I mean, to a guy that likes action figures that are a little offbeat, um, this is pretty cool. I mean, it's gross. It's awesome. Yeah, everything from the bloody weapons to the weird accessories. So it's like going back in time. I guess the 1800s or whatever. So you're not getting your standard purple Joker. He comes with a hat. I think he might come with like a purple coat. Which dude, it's the amount of accessories you get with Gotham by Gaslight Joker. This is a Mezco. Two of the three, I mean, yeah, second Mezco, and the only second and last Mezco entry on the list. Yeah, Gotham by Gaslight. There's different ways you can take the figure itself. I've gone with Active Butcher, Jack the Ripper, Joker guy. That's my take. Literally have him like decapitating somebody in one of the video. Yeah, I mean one of my shelves. I don't have a problem. It's you. Why are you being judgmental? But dude, it looks awesome. But yeah, dude, it's sweet. Yeah, cloth goods, tons of accessories, anything you get with like I think these are. I don't know. I don't think there was anything exclusive about it actually. Certain mezcos they just knock out of the park. I guess I can't say anything like covering too much ground. Just a good figure, great figure. Love mezcos. I guess I can't make sweeping, broad statements based on one figure. I do that shit all the time now, trying to sound like all bright and like cathartic. One of many, I'm sure. But yeah, now we move to the last entry. This is number 9, and again in no particular order. So I guess to give him a number was stupid. I guess only to suffice to say that there's only one left you have to suffer through. Yeah, let's slide you over here, Holmes. And the last one on my list is one I got today. I am a fan of Arthur Fleck. This is from the Patriot Studio. Cloth goods. They come with 2 very good head sculpts. Pretty good articulation. It's a little tight, new, which I can appreciate. I think this is like a third-party company or something like that. But check that face sculpt. It's dude, so good. It comes with some fantastic accessories, including the cigarette, the gun hand, the little snub nose. I don't know what would they have. Snub nose 38, maybe. Maybe a 22. Shit, I don't know what kind of gun that is. All I know is the rendering of whatever type of gun it is. I think is good. I don't have one, but I think it's good. And this is the deluxe as well, so it comes with this little tile base and this rotating chair, which she actually fits in very well. Um, love this figure a lot. I don't know how tall Joaquin Phoenix is as a man, but it should be noted that if you are a scale weirdo, and those things are like critically important to you, then you should see him next to like your Mafex. So it's pretty damn close. But yeah, slight in frame, as you recall him from the movie, being very, very thin. And I think they do a decent job of capturing that, the thinness of his face, the thinness of the body, etc. I don't know. He doesn't strike me as a tall man. I could be wrong, but yeah. And certainly I don't think they're shooting for, the what is it? Joker comic book Joker is what, 6'3" or 6'2" or something like that. So I don't know how that would scale. Here's your comic Joker versus your Arthur Fleck. Certainly not an alarming difference, at least from my perspective. I don't know if it would be from yours, but again, you're probably, if you're concerned about this portion of the video, you might be the scale guy that I'm talking about. Not that there's a problem with that. I just got judgy there, didn't I? Only for the sake of funny. So hopefully I didn't fail on both fronts. But yeah, from the Patriot Studio, again, that's like a third party company or what have you. It took like a couple of weeks to get here. It came from China, I believe, and I was freaking out the whole time. I'm like, oh my god, hey, why can't I get here? But I guess all things considered, if it's coming off if it's coming from China, I guess all things considered, it got here pretty good. Showed up in good shape. I had a friend that I knew would be into this, so I hit him up, and yeah, he bought the other one from me. But as far as the articulation goes on this figure, it's good. The hands, yeah, what am I talking about? The articulation, yeah, you see his hand just came off there, but they work on pegs. There's nothing extraordinary about the setup itself. Let me just get that back on there. Get you comfy and back in position with your little cigarette. Ah, damn it. So actually, the hands do actually fit very, very snugly. So they're not the easiest to replace, but which is not a bad thing because that means they're not going to fall off very easy either, which I know is important as hell to me. Because nobody wants to see anything that gets lost because a frickin' hand falls off, much less a tiny detail like a cigarette, which was included in the pack. And yeah, it could very easily be lost. Hopefully, I don't do that on YouTube to illustrate my point. And I didn't. But yeah, cloth goods. Got some bendy cape in the jacket there, so you can go ahead and do some movement if you want. I haven't done it, but it sure feels like the jacket will come off completely if you want it to. I'm not going to go that far because I like it just like that. I haven't figured out what I'm going to pose him with yet. Am I blowing away like one of my like normal citizen type guys? I don't know. It'd be kind of cool to have like a snide Robert De Niro guy, but let's be honest, if I had a De Niro, man, he'd be doing some gangster ass shit. He wouldn't be a fucking game show host or a talk show host. Sorry, it's the Joker. You could say it either way, right? But yeah, say what you want about that particular interpretation of it. I was a fan of the movie. I was an extreme fan of the acting job that was done in it. I think Joaquin Phoenix killed that role. Yeah, and the action figure itself, very, very, very good, easily making the top 10. So speaking of top 10, all right, let's see here. What would I make my top 3? Well, why the hell am I sliding you away? Yeah, I managed to get a cat hair on him. I actually don't have a ton of cats. I have dogs and cats, but I always blame it on the cats. In reality, I have two girls and then two dogs, two cats, and all of them are hairy. I think I'm only the cats, like, don't take it out on me or something. That's the main thing. I'm not crazy. It's you. Yeah. But anyway, this is be one of my top three. Who else would be in my top three? Dude, that's not even close. Yeah, the OG. OG is definitely in the top three. Let me look. Which one do I enjoy the most? I'm going to say just nipping out the Gotham by Gaslight. Just nipping it out. And maybe only because I don't want to sit here and just, chill for Mezco. Accepting sponsors. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, this would be the NECA Heath Ledger. So these would be my three favorite Jokers. If I had to pick a favorite, come on. As much as I love the new Arthur Fleck, as much as I love Heath Ledger, come on. Come on. Best Mezco ever that I've owned. And who knows, man? If any of you guys have got the OG Deluxe, maybe you have something to bitch about or something like that, and you can, set my mind at ease and tell me, oh yeah, Jason, you definitely have the best one ever. You're the man. Lie to me, make me feel it. Lie to me. But at any rate, yeah, that's my take on things. I'm gonna get out of here and go ahead and stop blabbing on and wasting any of you more of your time. But if I had to rank them down, I'm gonna go with one. And there you go. I don't have to rank them any further. One. Yeah. Enjoy. Peace. Thanks for hanging out.